Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Vinyl Talk with Tavis, and I'm Tavis. Wishing all of you a wonderful day. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. I am. As you can see behind me, the sky is gathering up some clouds, but it's still a beautiful day nonetheless. And I'm here to share with you some records that I've recently obtained or purchased. But I also want to let you know that I am drinking some of the best coffee. There's this place, what's it called? I don't know. I just love cold coffee. It keeps me awake. It keeps me alert. And I got this wonderful water bottle from TikTok. It's called Love is Love, Pride. Labels optional, but love is essential. So I put my coffee in here. It's good and cold. I like the white coffee with extra shots because it keeps me alert and ready to go. I just love it. Do you love coffee as much as I do? I just can't seem to get enough. This is my second cup. I think that's why I have so much energy. Now, also, before I get started with this vinyl video, I guess this is just a plug for a lot of stuff, coffee, and I had no idea that there were electric fly swatters. I'd never heard of it. So, at our house, we were doing some burning of some old tree stumps. But every time you barbecue, you can expect flies, at least where I live in the country. Tell me if that's true where you live, but flies can be everywhere. So a colleague of mine, he said, he noticed that there were a lot of flies where we work. I said, well, I bought a fly swatter for you, and here it is. It's somewhere here. You know, those dollar fly swatters you get at the dollar store. Anywho, he said, why don't you get you one of those electric zapper fly swatters? I said, what is that? So I went on Amazon and I saw it. Y'all, this is thebomb.com. I know it's not good to, to kill animals, but these are insects that get on my nerves. I think that's one right there. Watch this. Hold on. Oop. Did you hear that pop? When it pops, that means that it killed that sucker. Is there another one? I'm ready for them. These flies are worrying the heck out of me. And mosquitoes. Where is it at? Let's see. Where'd you go? It's amazing when you get this. It's like they know what it is and they start flying for dear life. But I tell you, when that thing pops them things, it goes zoop, zoop, zoop. It gives them that electric shock. And there's a little brush that comes with it so that you can brush. But normally they just fall off. Well, there's one. And you see it right there? It's inside those grills, if that's what you call it. I know that's probably a macabre or negative thing to talk about, but flies get on our nerves. Tell me if it's true. So if you see me stop and kill a fly, just say, well, he's killing the fly. Anyway, one thing I won't kill are my records. I want to talk about this lovely young lady. Well, she's not young anymore, Lord. It's amazing how the people that we loved, I think I've spoken about this before, the people that we loved as children who were artists and famous and in the pop world and the rock world, the country world, the gospel world, contemporary gospel, Christian music, all those great things. These people are now up in age and they are just passing away. So I recently found out, last night to be exact, that Walter Scott of The Whispers has passed away. He passed away yesterday, and he has a twin brother. And so I'm sure that there's a lot of grieving going on there, and I believe he, I don't want to share details, but because I'm not really sure, but it is true that he has passed away. He was 81 years old. He was still performing with his brothers. They were still singing, "When the Beat Goes On, I mean, they had some great hits back in the 80s and the early 90s, if I'm not mistaken. They also had a great song written by Babyface when Babyface was first coming on the scene as a great songwriter for other artists. But my condolences to the Scott family, and Walter, you and your brother and the Whispers, you all created some wonderful, fantastic music that we still dance to. The beat is still going on, and we thank you so much for all of your contributions to the music world. It's just amazing. Their bodies turn back to dust, but their music remains. That's the magic of music, the magic of artistry, the magic of art. The accomplishments that we achieve in life still captivate people coming up in whatever occupation a person loves. You can always depend upon the historical facts of people's lives and what they've done to make a bridge for you to be a better whatever you want to be. So thank you, Walter, for your wonderful contributions to music. Now let's move on to a wonderful lady. This is a wonderful gospel singer, and I wanted to talk about, in my opinion, and I think it's fact, two of her most controversial albums. Now, Tmaine Hawkins, and I still have the plastic on there. I just want to keep it on there. Tmaine Hawkins, the wonderful wife during the 70s and early 80s, the wonderful wife of Walter Hawkins, who has since passed away as well. She was very, very vocal with the Hawkins family. And so when she joined their group and was singing, and her soprano was just electrifying, and she went on to do solo work. Her first album is simply called Tmaine, I believe. Tmaine Hawkins has the song Highway. Then she did another album called Determined. I'm not sure if there's another album in between there, but I know that when those two albums were much more traditional, if you will. I would say they were hinting on the verge of contemporary. But when she came out with this album, The Search Is Over, I tell you, when I first heard this album, the introduction, which is called Heaven's Interlude, it is just, it's like a horror film meets the Holy Ghost. Because it's scary. It's kind of scared me. I was excited and scared at the same time. But of course, when the song Fall Down comes immediately after that interlude, it's just Dance City. And the reason why this album was so controversial was just because of that. It had such great dance tracks. This album, the music was played in gay clubs. The music was played on Soul Train. It was such an astounding breakthrough album. Tmaine Hawkins helped pave the way for what we see now as a Kirk Franklin, as a Mary Mary, Leandria Johnson, all of these artists, Kiara Sheard, the people who are just like, to me, it's almost as if it's not gospel anymore. It's just mainstream music, and they just happen to say the word Jesus every now and again. But back then, these people were saying, well, they were saying his name, but the music was just like, it wasn't like, oh, Jesus, getting us ready for that great day. Nope, didn't have that. It had a funky beat. It made you want to dance your behind off. But still, it had a religious Christian message. So this album was one of the most life-changing albums of my life. 1986. The Search Is Over. The Hawkins family does sing with her on a few of the cuts, but this album was on A&M Records. Wake Up Singing Hallelujah in the Morning Time, which was also a video. I got this from eBay, brand new. I am so ecstatic about that. Ecstatic. I'm so ecstatic about that. Then, after this album, and she went through some things. I mean, the church was not happy.
That song song crossed over. It's very big in the discos. Does that bother you at all that people are dancing to your music?
Well, I tell you, Carol, I don't think the word is quite bother me. I was very affected by the venue of which my record company, A&M Records, decided to place the record. When they heard the record, they felt that it was crossover material. We went into the record contract, them knowing that I'm a gospel singer, that I, first of all, I'm a Christian, and I believe in the Lord, and I'm a minister of gospel music. However, the song that was given to me by a friend of mine, Robert Wright, who was the producer and the writer of the song, felt that my market should be broadened, and that other people that wouldn't normally come to a gospel concert would get a chance to hear Tmaine also. And so that was the venue that the record company decided to put it in. And I was pretty much leery, I guess, about how my base audience would feel about me. And I really stayed before the Lord in prayer a whole lot.
How did they respond to that?
I think they had mixed emotions, quite frankly, Carol. However, I feel that my life backs up what I sing about more than what people do to my music. I think that the main key today is to get the message to everybody. And all the young kids won't come to a Tmaine Hawkins concert that isn't a church per se, but they will go to the discos. And my focus is to allow God to use me in whatever avenue he decides to. And if it happens to be disco and they dance, as long as they get the message, I think it's important.
Then she came out with this album called Freedom. Now, let me be honest with you. I didn't see too much promotion of this album. I don't know what went on behind the scenes, but the album is called Freedom. It came out in 1987, just a year later. I think this was 1986. Yeah. A year later, she came back with this, Freedom. The title song is arranged and performed with, let me let you know. Freedom is written by Carl King. However, it's produced and arranged by Tito Jackson. And the background vocals are the Jacksons. That alone within itself was extremely controversial. And then her wonderful, fantastic producer, Robert Wright, who did the arrangement of In the Morning Time, which is a hot jam. And then when she came with this, Freedom, The Rock, I'm just crazy today. I Belong to You, Love is Blind, Daniel, You and Only You, Just in the Nick of Time. It's like a love song. You found me just in the nick of time. And Power, that was written by Tito Jackson, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure. Let's see. Yeah, written by Tito Jackson. So this album, these two albums were extremely controversial for Tmaine Hawkins. She went through hell and high water. So much so that she decided to go back and do a live album that hit the charts and was just amazing. She reunited with the Hawkins family. Walter Hawkins created some music with her. What's that song? In case you have fallen by the wayside of life, dreams and visions shattered, you're all broken inside. You don't have to stay in the shape that you're in. The potter wants to put you back together again. She went back to her traditional roots and just blew up the charts. But I can tell you that these two albums, to me, still hit hard. So if you don't have these, I suggest you get them. Now let's go to something. I found this And I just love me some Donna Summer. I hadn't owned this album before. It's called Cats Without Claws. And the first song, which is Supernatural Love, I remember that song a lot, and the video that came out. I absolutely love this record. And she also does the remake of There Goes My Baby. Oh man, produced by Michael Martin. Is it a Martin or Martian? Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm right. But I love me some Donna Summer. On Geffen Records, absolutely love it. I played it the other night and I just went to sleep. Let's look at the insert. There's a picture of her on the inside, of course. Look at that. Rest in peace, Donna. Another one gone. Another one gone. I just have to talk about this album again. I just think that this is one of the best Barbra Streisand albums ever. When she did this wonderful album with Barry Gibb, I mean, come on, people. This is an album. I think all these albums that I have, there's no skip. There's every song I love. Guilty, Woman in Love, Run Wild, Promises, The Love Inside, What Kind of Fool, Life Story, Never Give Up, Make It Like a Memory. What year was this? 1980. Barbra Streisand working with Barry Gibb. Barbra Streisand, I think she's in her 80s now. And I think she's releasing a new album, if I'm not mistaken. But my heavens, of course, you have the gatefold. She was very, very happy with this album. And let's look at the album itself. On Columbia Records. Oh, they took lots of great photos with this. I probably showed this before. But yeah, this is a great album. I have 2 copies of this. My nephew, he bought me one for Christmas. He didn't think I had it, and he knows I like Barbra Streisand. And speaking of Barbra Streisand, I know I've spoken about this before, but I listened to this again. The Broadway album. I'm not even going to show the record. I just think that this is just a phenomenal record. I can just listen to it. Her voice is just captivating, mesmerizing. All of those words, all the great Broadway hits. Somewhere, Can't Help Loving That Man of Mine, Send in the Clowns. My absolute favorite on this album. Barbra Streisand, the Broadway album, 1985. And I just love that cover. She's like surrounded by sheet music in the theater. How wonderful. How marvelous. And I think I have one more I want to show you. Yeah. Let's talk about the Isley Brothers. This is the best of the Isley Brothers. It's called The Greatest Hits. And who's that? Who's that lady? Who's that lady? Lovely lady. Who's that lady? And For the Love of You. Oh, Between the Sheets. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to. It's your thing. It's your thing. The Greatest Hits, Volume 1 of the Isley Brothers. So I've been really jamming for the past few days. I have another great album that I have. It's a compilation of the greatest hits of the 80s and early 90s. I'm going to show that on my next video. I forgot to bring it with me today. But I hope that you all are having a great day. I'm going to have another sip of this great coffee. This video is almost going to 20 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and stop. Thank you so much for always checking in on me. Thank you for those who have emailed me. Thank you for your lovely comments. I'm doing great. It's good to see all of you. And as always, with music and with electric fly zappers, they're scared of these things. They know what's going to pop them. Be inspired and stay inspired.